Welcome back and welcome back to day 2. I'm really excited to see you here today. You know what? We have gone through really a lot of learning yesterday, and today is to kind of accumulate everything what we've done on day 1. Day 2 we're following through, and before we get started on the class, I want to welcome back all of you. How many of you today you have received an email from us? Wave your hands right now in front of the camera. You have received an email from us. Thank you very much. And that kind of sum up the 6 important key questions that every trader must know and must seek to find out. And in fact, every question I offer you to think about alternative solution. What is a better way to do the things that we do each and every day to keep improving? So this is the kind of test questions that we push to our engineers. Together as a team, we are solving really important issues in the financial market. Welcome back. Now, before we get started, make sure you are really tuned into the Twitter. Some of you still not very comfortable with Twitter, and you guys have been sending questions to our angels and say, hey, I'm not very familiar with Twitter and all that. But this is really important, and let me kind of get started on that and make sure you are looking at it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to switch the screen right now across to our Twitter. This is our Twitter. Right, here we go. And make sure you're looking at this particular Twitter and just check it out. All right, check it out, and you are doing the right thing. Go to this particular tweet called Welcome Back. Now, typically how we go about searching for it is simply this. You go to my profile right here at the very beginning, step 1, and then step 2, go to tweets. And under tweets, the first one is always called a pinned tweet, but you go down and scroll down, you will find this is the latest one I tweeted out 2 minutes ago called Welcome Back. And this is the place where you can fire off your comments, all right? So write something over there, get really comfortable using this tool. I can tell you, moving into the future, this will be the default tool for communications, and it's going to be very powerful. I already kind of know the roadmap for Twitter, all right? So please say something over there to welcome each one of us back. You have 1 minute. Let's do it. Okay, very good. You guys are getting the hang of it right now. It's fast and furious compared to yesterday. Hi, welcome, John Lim. Welcome back. And miss your event last Tuesday. I miss seeing you in KL, right? So the next trip I'll be going to will be Kota Kinabalu. I'll be departing tomorrow. Saturday, I'll be speaking in KK. If you guys and your friends are in KK, I'll look forward to see you in person. Welcome back, Agnes. Welcome back, Johnson. Eltin, welcome back, Christopher. And this one, I think, is Tony, is it? It's Green Futures, Tony. Okay, welcome back, Tony. And then we have welcome back, Ruby. Mark, good to see you. Teng Lam, welcome back. And good. Any more from the rest of you? Just get a hang of it. Make sure you're really comfortable using Twitter. Welcome back, David. Good to see you. And Archie, welcome back. Any other new students? Pinks, welcome back. And Pinkit, welcome back. And welcome back. This one should be Chufat. Welcome back, Chufat. And Andy, welcome back. All right. So we are already started. And take a look at the camera. Every one of you got a camera on, and let's pay our greetings to one another. 3, 2, 1, say hello! And I want to take a picture of you. Say hello! Yeah! Thank you. And it's so important to have this icebreaker. One of the things that I always look forward to is meeting students in real person, as in, we shake hand, high five, and all that. And oftentimes, the number one feedback I receive is this: teacher, you are so tall in person, because in Zoom you look so small. I don't know why. This is always the number one feedback I receive from my classmates, from my students, and so on. So I hope I can see you in person. And that's the reason why, I got another link right here. I hope to retrieve it for you guys if you can join me on this road trip in Malaysia, right? So let me show you where I am, the next stop. And let's check this out, this link here. Here we go. Ding. Here we go. This is where our road trip has starting from Johor Bahru. And, I'm really happy to speak up for my teacher, Tony Robbins. He's really famous for walking on fire. I walked on the fire 3 times already. And I want to show you this part where our road trip begins. We started from Johor Bahru, and maybe here is easier. Let me show you from here. All right. So we started from Johor Bahru right here. We completed that. That was last week. Then we went on to Kuala Lumpur. Next stop, Kota Kinabalu, followed by Kuching. Kota Kinabalu is Saturday, 4th of March. Kuching will be next Wednesday, 8th of March. And then on the 11th of March will be the final stop at Penang. And I'll be dropping by in Hong Kong on the 5th of March and the 6th of March, all right? So there's another station for me to visit. On the 5th and 6th of March, I'll be in Hong Kong, all right? So if any one of you are in these cities, just give a shout out to our angels. I hope to meet you in person, and I think that is really magical. Okay, we are back to day 2, and what is really important is that you have received my email. Go and read the email, the 6 questions. I want to make sure you really capture the 6 questions as they are. So I'm going to open up the floor right now for you to ask me questions starting from yesterday, what we have gone through versus today, all right? So questions like, for example, what we traded on, we'll tackle the live trading side of things later on, but more importantly, the use of the entire methodology. How we started with the 6 questions and then move on to operationalize it on the software, and from the software, how we've gone through each and every part of the clicking, visiting different pages to get the information we need. And I'm sure you have many different questions. So I'm going to create a place for you to ask me the questions for day 1, all right? So do you have any questions for day 1 before we start? And today we are day 2. So here we go. Let me fire this out, and you guys can start asking me questions on day 1, all right? Now, what I encourage you to do is go and check out the email I sent you. Look at the 6 questions, and I also will flash across in front of you the screen, and then you can review it and think about what you need to ask me. Now, I expect each one of you to ask me at least 1 question, minimum 1 question from each of you before we start our day 2 program, all right? So please do that right now.
I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. Not a face, filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, delve into emotion, leave us in this moment.
Okay, we have the questions coming in already. So here we go. So the first question from Andy for trading, we'll cover it later on. Don't panic. I mean, right now you're looking at this thing, don't panic yet. Just relax. I'll walk you through the process, when to get in, when to get out. So we'll cover this trade, what we done yesterday, later on, all right? Next question for Mark. In yesterday's trade, why not use options? Now for options, at this moment, typically we deploy options in our Cozy Live Trading event. And, you know, options at this moment, we are counting down. There are two very interesting dates. Typically, we look for January expiration of the next year. That the challenge is for January expiration next year, right now it's less than 1 year. So it's going to be risky. But if we use additional 1 more year January expiration to 2025, we're going to pay much more than what it is worth. So this combination, should we buy an option less than 1 year, or should we buy an option that's much, much more than 1 year? Right now we are in a conundrum. So that is the question I'll tackle in our Cozy Live Trading event, which is much more complex, all right? Next one, Pinkett, what is the best platform to buy Bitcoin? And should we buy Bitcoin USD only? What about Bitcoin pairing with other currencies? Now, Bitcoin itself, it is just a coin. So there are two concepts you brought up here. First is the concept of BTC/USD. Now, typically they will show as a currency pair so that you know in terms of US dollars how much it costs to buy one Bitcoin. But what you're really buying is the Bitcoin itself, all right? So step one, what is the best platform to buy Bitcoin? Today, I can only tell you, please only go to regulated exchange because there's so many crazy things happening out there, and that is Coinbase plus Robinhood. These are the only two regulated exchange in the US that's under the protection of Securities Exchange Commission. Anything other than that, everyone is freaked out, all right? Honestly, from the collapse of FTC, everybody kind of lost faith in other exchanges. Now, in the past, we used to talk about Gemini, and even Gemini right now is running into liquidity crisis because of the collapse of Genesis. They have launched a staking coin, but unfortunately, everybody, starting from Luna to Terra, the collapse, followed by the implosion of FTX, and then followed by Three Arrows and major Celsius, big players of cryptos. Everybody collapsed at the same time. So now it's really just relax, move the coins to the cold wallet. We done that in our last session with our students. And if you want to go to the exchange to buy, very quickly after you buy Bitcoin, you must move it back to your cold wallet. Do not keep your coins in the exchange. Why is that so? Because regulations are changing at lightning speed. Super lightning speed right now. Mike, your camera seems to have an issue. Can you solve your camera? It's flashing across my screen. I'm not too sure what happened to your camera, Mike. Can you please adjust that? Yeah. Strange. I don't know why I see my picture on Mike's camera. Okay. So, to recap, the regulations are changing very, very fast. And, you know, in fact, whatever I tell you right now will be behind the curve. So the latest news, you know, 2 years ago, we used to trade on this company called Silvergate. Let me just check. Angels, can you all please help me solve Mike's camera problem? Or you move him back to the waiting room. I'm getting distracted by the camera out there. Please help me out, Angels. Okay, so let me show you this company called Silvergate SI. So take a look at this chart, and we were trading on it all the way to the peak of the Bitcoin. This company is the official bank of cryptocurrencies, all right? So I want to show you how things can move very, very fast and change overnight. So this was the peak of Bitcoin. We hit an all-time high 69,000. And from there on, it can also mirror the movement of Bitcoin, and it collapsed all the way down. Today, it has collapsed by 30%. Let me show you what it means to collapse by 30%. You go and click on the 5-day right there. And click right over here. And look at this. This is $14. Right now, it's going to open at $9.44. Right? Why is that so? I think the company is going to go bankrupt very soon. All right? The main customer, which is FTX, has kind of disappeared with the coins. And then now, they are also liable for that. And quite a lot of things happening at the same time. So for crypto market, this is the season where things are moving super sonic fast. Okay, so I need you all to be aware of that. Looks like, let me switch it back over here. Okay, let's come back to our Twitter question. Here we go. Okay, some more questions coming in. Chun, how do we practice connecting the dots? Do we have to learn Economy 101? Bank will make money, war will cost. Okay. So this process of connecting the dots, this process takes time. And I find the fastest way for you to build your ability to connect the dots is this. All right? Let me give you an example of that. I'm going to look at this stock called PANW. Let me check it out right now. PANW. Okay, I'm going to show you a way of what we call reverse connecting the dots. How do you reverse engineer connecting the dots? All right. So let's check this out. Typically, we look on a 1-year chart. Here we go. This is Palo Alto Networks, ticker symbol PANW. Now, you see that over here, it has experienced a spike up. All right, so I will zoom in even closer, let you see. Okay, and you know, whenever I'm teaching the class, there's a very good student in front of me. Ready? You all look at the camera, don't blink your eyes. This is the most faithful, most obedient, and wisest of them all. Check this out. This is my top student in the class. He's always right on the table in front of me whenever I'm teaching classes, and he knows you guys are watching me, and you know he will grab the prime seat, which is just the table in front of me. Okay, that's my cat Tabby. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to reverse engineer this whole process, so please watch. You have a guy who spiked up here, right? This is the spike that we have been teaching you about. And you say, okay, if I want to learn how to connect the dots, then one of the easiest ways to reverse engineer it. All right, so we do this step. And I'm going to move to the day of the candle is 22nd of February. That means to say, this is where my crosshair is, the day when the news was announced. And then one day before it is 21st of February. This is the day that you should enter. All right? So you enter, buy low here, sell high there. So if that's the case, 21st of February is the day you're going to play it. Then we go back to here. Here we go. We start from Daily Bread. 21st. And you can change the date range here. All right, so what I've done is I'm showing you another approach. You can manipulate the dates here. Go to 21st of February, click on it, and then just type in 21st Feb, F-E-B. Okay? Press enter, apply. 21st Feb. Okay? You guys seen it already? This is how you can use our tool to perform reverse engineering. Then again, it's like what we gone through yesterday. Back then on the 21st of Feb, step 1, there were how many companies announcing earnings? 101 companies announcing earnings. Step 2, the robot will tell us which are the companies that got the best chance to spike. All right? So clearly, Palo Alto was 4.2 billion. Diamondback Energy is 1.7 billion. Is a far cry away from it. Keysight Technologies 1.7 billion. All right, so you kind of scroll up. You can see 4.2, 1.7, 1.7. Okay. So you go through what was presented back then, and it's exactly the 4 steps that we gone through with you yesterday, right? So step 1, we look at here, Universe net purchase 4.2 billion, and over here, options negative 166 million. Step 2, insider trading. You see this kind of crazy percentages, 444%, 473%, 200%, and then 226%. You're seeing big numbers here, right? Now, after you see the big numbers, you click on top 100. I'm just repeating myself to show you what you will be seeing at back then, right? So it's 52 million positive. Click on shareholders. And again, did any major change? Yes, the number 1 shareholder decided to increase by 444%. Then the rest is like all like major increase, 25%, 46%, 20%, 473%, and so on. Then we arrive at step 3. So step 3, what do we see? We go back to 21st of February, which will be around here. We entered before the earnings announcement. Earnings announcement is 22nd, right? So we are looking at all the dots. Before 22nd will be 21st, go down and go downwards, all right? So those were the information that you see back then. And then you reverse engineer back. Those are the things that we're looking at. We say, okay, Vanguard came out with $2 billion and invested in the month of January. This is a very, very strong signal. All right, there's some selling from the internal team. It's okay. Selling is very normal. They got many, many reasons to sell. But buying, there's only one, all right? Chief Technology Officer decided to buy 2.5 million worth of shares. And you go down, the director bought, 3 directors bought. And you go down, some more directors bought. And you basically go through it. Step 4, click on technical. And once you arrive on technical, here we go, click full chart. And then you stretch out the time frame at the bottom. And what do you observe? All right, here we go. Positive, negative. And then at the point in time when we made the decision, the data was already released. Q4 positive 4.2 billion. Now this 4.2 has never been so big before because in the past it's only 1.9, 187 million, negative 1.7 billion, and then boom, 4.2 positive billion, right? So we go through the whole process, you just reverse engineer it. And then maybe I can demonstrate to you one specific tool that we use that is very unique for those of us using Interactive Broker, and that is I can sell my position before the market opening bell. How many of you like to learn that? Wave your hands. How to sell the position before the market opening bell. And I'm going to show you here. All you need to do is come to this place. We call it RTH, all right? Retail trading hour. I'm trying to find my slide for that. Retail trading hour, RTH. Hang on a second. RTH should be RTH. Where did I put it? Hang on a second. I hope to find it for you. I saw it just now only. And RTH. Retail trading hour. Okay, I think it's found here. Hang on a minute. Getting to it. RTH by RTH. Somehow I cannot find it right now. Too many slides. Hang on a second. It's my bad. Okay, later during break time, I'm going to dig it out, all right? Hang on, I don't want to waste time. Keep all of you waiting here. Let me just put this one in front of you first. RTH, here. Okay. So, this is how I configure my interactive broker. And the way I look at my IB app is sorted exactly like this, all right? So, what you can do right now is take out your IB app, go to the top right hand corner, you will see 3 dots. Take out IB app, go to the top right hand corner, you will see 3 dots. Okay? Make sure you click on trade first. At the bottom, you click on, click on portfolio first. At the bottom, tap on portfolio, and then on the top right hand corner, tap on 3 dots. And once you tap on the 3 dots, you'll see this thing called Manage Column. Tap on it. Then make sure you take a picture of this slide here. You will configure your IB according to what I set out here. This is the most convenient way of looking at your brokerage account, all right? And once you configure this, then I'm going to demonstrate to you how I'm going to sell my position on PANW while the market has not opened yet. So let me go and do that right now. So I think I can make about 10% profit. So let me check out. Well, 10% profit, I got to sell at 187, all right? So here we go. So typically the way we go about selling a position is we select close position, all right? So I'm going to select close position, and I hope to sell it at 187. If I want to sell it right now, I'll sell it 186.2. And there's this button called outside RTH. So hang on a minute, let me just make sure I capture it for you. And I'm going to put it on back on the slides, all right? Hold on a second. Okay, I captured one, and I will capture the second one before I sell. One is 6.2. Capture. And good, I got 2 captures ready. And let me sell it off right now. One is 6.2. Okay, I'm done. I sold it off. And now I'm going to show you how I put the trades in front of you. All right, PANW. There you go. So what I've done is I've done 3 things in a single transaction. And I'll put this up on the screen, and all of us, we're going to start it together. So I've shown you how to reverse engineer PANW, but now I will show you the complete flow of the trade. Just 1 second, and I'm going to put it up. Here we go. Make sure you guys keep your questions coming in, and I want to address them. I just right now trying to show you how we get out with a winning trade, all right? Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. Step 1. Let me download the images. Download. Download. And download. Okay. Okay, I got it. Here we go. Okay, this is like live demonstration. Check this out. Okay. So what I done just now is this. I got a live position on PNW, which I bought before the earnings announcement. And then typically I want to get out with a much higher profit. I'll put a trail limit order, right? So this trail limit order is for all of my position. So I just keep it there, but I want to demonstrate to you right now how we can get out before the opening bell. So I bought, my cost price for this is $170 per share. So typically when you want to close a position, you always use this one. Do not use the sell button. We always use this button called close position. Close position, okay? So once I use this close position, it'll bring me to the next one over here is like, hang on a minute. Next one over here is like, let me just do this 1 second. Hold on, annotate arrow over text. Okay, got it. Hang on a second. Just let me do this. One second. And something like that. Okay, here we go. So we come over to here, and you can see this part here. So the market is showing me 186.2 if I were to sell. If I were to buy, 187, all right? So if I want to transact on the spot, I just select 186.2. So I put a sell limit, and the magic is found right here, outside RTH. So go and check on this button called outside RTH, means I'm able to sell outside the retail trading hour. And after I key in that button and I slide submit to sell, straight off we come back to here, boom. So I sold it at 186.2. So what exactly is the buy and the profit position? So profit will be calculated like this. Profit equals to, I take 186.2 minus 170 is my cost price divided by 170 equals to, so I'm making like $16.20 divided by 170, so 9.5% profit. Okay, so this is the profit, and this part we taught you guys yesterday already. So just make sure you know how to calculate your profit, and this is how we do it. Now I want to show you this because you have different thinking about whether you get out the first day, next day, or whatever. Then I bring you back to the chart so that you can reverse engineer the process. All right, so let me bring you back to the chart right now. Hold on a second. The chart is back here. PNW. Here we go. So this is the day it spike up, Now you are trained that, get in, get out. Within one day, you just sell and you take your profit. Now, typically for my positions, once you're in pure profit position, if you think that there's higher potential for it to chase the profit, then this is the time, this is an advanced teaching, I will place a trail limit order. Okay, this is advanced teaching, advanced knowledge. So that's the reason why the IB will just keep trailing for me, because I was waiting for it to break above 190, all right? And since you all want to know about reverse engineering, connecting the dots, this is the way to connect the dots. How many of you enjoyed this part of the presentation? Just have a show of hands. This is just impromptu. Whatever you ask, I can teach you on the spot. I'll teach you on the spot. Okay? So good. Let's come back to the next question. Archie, how to maintain discipline and focus? Okay, this is a very, very important question about discipline and focus, all right? Where's Archie? Wave your hands. Can I see who's Archie? Okay, I saw Archie already. The discipline and focus is this. Every day I just, do this thing. Step 1, I show you my trading habit, right? So if you all can stay with this trading habit, I can tell you it's very, very easy to play the market. So step 1, this is what I do every single day, no change, for 20 years of my life. I go to the website CNBC, right? This is the default place I do my homework. I spend only 5 minutes only, because I'm trained to read very fast. And this part is for reading. That means my eyes are visually looking at the text, right? I'll just go through. And on the right hand side here under latest news is the one I spend time. Just make sure I read all the news, just keep myself updated, all this news, all right? And typically the question I always ask when I read all these headlines is, which specific stock they are talking about. If they are not talking about specific stock, move on, don't waste time. And of course, if there's certain things that affect the sector, then I have an interest in it, then I'll go and read further, all right? Or else I'll be reading at this kind of speed I'm showing you right now. This is my natural, normal speed of reading, like this, all right? And after I read, sometimes I will do another thing. I will keep the TV on.
You look at the
So,
revenue
my TV will be on. I'll be just putting this in front of my, in front of me, I got a big TV. The TV will be showing CNBC. But right now, in front of my TV, I'm looking at all of you in my Zoom class, all right? But normally, this screen, the CNBC screen, will be in front of me. So I'm switching between, for the TV side of things, I'm listening.
This results in multiple expansion and
I'm listening to all the keywords that they are talking about. Sometimes you don't have to listen to the full sentence that they are talking about, because what you really want to pick out from is what everybody is really talking about, the keywords. And because whatever they say is still not verified by data yet, all right? So you just listen. I just listen, and then I switch back. Then this is the part I will read. Read information about specific stocks, just to stay in touch with the marketplace, all right? So this is my daily routine. Then I come back here, I look at you right now to answer your question about discipline and focus. So this discipline and focus is, one of the things that to keep yourself very, very disciplined and focused is about management of time. Let me tell you, it's an art to manage time. Now, how do you create the discipline is minimally all of you must have this thing called, let me show you right now. If you don't have this, means I know you are not a serious player. Hang on a minute. Let me show you this thing. How to show you this thing? Okay. Yep. This is the minimum thing that you must have on your phone. It's called the Google Calendar. So Google Calendar basically is you can create different calendars with different colors. Like if you look at my Google Calendar, it's already packed for the whole month. So I mean, I just flash like this across to you, and it's already packed already for the month and the next 2 months. So that discipline to maintain the schedule is what you can do with a Google Calendar. This is an app you must absolutely have on your mobile phone, and by scheduling activities, you are imposing a discipline on yourself. Then the second thing you ask about is focus, right? So discipline, I use the tool calendar to enforce discipline. Every day I must do certain things, all right? And you got to start filling up your calendar. If your calendar too empty, means you got too many things to think about the dark side. And then the focus is how do you enforce the focus. So I'm going to walk you through how I spend time, and I'll give you 2 examples of the first 5 years when I started, how I spend time, versus currently right now I've got many things on my plate, how I spend my time, okay? How many of you just really can commit kind of a full-time into trading at this season of your life right now? Just give me a show of hands. Okay, quite a number of you, about half the class, thank you. So my first 5 years, this is how I spend my time. I will trade exactly according to US open market hours. So, next Sunday will be the daylight savings kicking in. Just to highlight to you, not next Sunday, sorry, on the 12th of March, the daylight savings will kick in, means we have an exact mirror. Meaning to say, at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, is exactly 9:30 p.m. Singapore time. So I call the exact mirror. So right now, when the market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we are 1 hour later, which is 10:30 p.m. Singapore time. Okay, so how many of you know what I'm talking about? First, don't get confused, all right? You all know what I'm talking about, just wave your hands, okay? So let me just talk about the exact mirror so that it's easier to explain. So 9:30, 1 hour before the opening bell at 8:30 p.m. Singapore time, I'm already entered the market. That means I'm sitting here on my table. My table is really, really designed for me to do trading. So in front of me, I got 3 monitors, three iMac monitor, 1, 2, and 3. And then behind me, there's one gigantic TV where I watch CNBC. So I got 4 monitors I'm looking at. Okay, so what exactly am I looking at? I watch the news, I read the news, and then I go through the software. So 9:30, I'll trade all the way, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, I'll trade all the way to 4 a.m. Singapore time. But in the early days, I don't have the software. It's really a lot of manual hard work, and I'll enter in the last 3 seconds of the bell just to squeeze the time. And after the market closes at 4 a.m. Singapore time, I continue to stay on, usually about 30 minutes more, until 4:30 a.m. Then by then, the body is already knockout already. Once I touch the bed, I will just sleep like crazy, right? So I sleep from 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. 9:30, I'll wake up. And back in those days, I sleep between 4 to 6 hours, around that range, all right? 9:30, wake up, then I'll rush to office. Typically in the office, 10 a.m., we have the scrum, where all of us stand around. What did you do yesterday? What are you going to do today? What is the obstacle I can help you to clear off? So that is where I meet up with my people in the company. So by 10:30, we finish the scrum meeting, and then the whole of the afternoon, I'm running different businesses. I will have meet suppliers, customers, partners, and I'll meet until about 6 o'clock. By then, it's exhausted already. So in one day, typically about 3 to 4 meetings in the afternoon. So 6 o'clock finish. I try to shut down by 6 o'clock, go home, reach home 6:30, shower, have dinner until 7:30. All right. So by the time 7:30 is up, ding, ding, I will have only like 1 hour of extra time, maybe to watch entertainment, just sit around, do nothing, and wait for 8:30. 8:30 come, boom, enter trading room, start the routine again. This is my routine Mondays to Fridays, no change for the first 5 years of my life trading options. The only time I catch up my sleep is Saturday and Sunday. So those of you who are singles, you're not married yet, I can tell you that back then I was a single, not married yet. I go all out, really all out, extract as much knowledge as possible from the market. I try out all the 56 different options trading strategies with real money, real emotion, fear and greed, everything. And that's how I accelerate my learning curve. All right. Now, if you can do that, I can tell you, you can do this for the rest of your life. That was my foundation. All right. Now, fast forward to today, right now, I got different business to take care of. The breakthrough for me in the change of my lifestyle is because of the software I built for Spiking, together with my engineers. This has a major breakthrough on my time. You see, every one of us only got like the same fixed 24 hours per day. Now, if you take 24 hours divided by 3, that means there are 3 sets of 8 hours. Let me show you what's the meaning of 3 sets of 8 hours. Okay, come, Tabby. See over there. Shh. Hang on a minute. He wants... Oops. Okay, let me show you 3 sets of 8 hours. So this is like 8 hours. And then, hang on a minute, 8 hours and then 8 hours, right? So the big difference in terms of focus is how we spend our 8 hours each day. So typically the 8 hours here, most people will use it for sleeping. Then the next 8 hours here, most people will use it to work. Whether you're working for someone or working on your business, the key differentiator is the last 8 hours. Let me tell you, this is the secret. The third set of the 8 hours, what most people do is watch TV or Netflix. Currently it's called Netflix. Back then it's different, or they either watch Netflix or hang out in Starbucks or spend time with their friends and all that. This last set is the one that will shape your focus. So many people spend the last third set of the 8 hours, make themselves busy, hang out in clubs. I got friends like every night must go to club and drink alcohol. And I got friends like every night must watch TV, watch Netflix, catch certain episodes. I got friends who like every night must play mahjong. Nothing wrong with that. It is your focus. But my third set of the 8 hours, I spend time in the market, which is the stock market I'm teaching you today. 20 years, no change. If you can do that, then we go back to the original question. How to maintain discipline and focus? Confirm you'll be very focused. The focus and discipline depends on the third set of the 8 hours you spend. Okay? So I hope my sharing will encourage you. Next question from Agnes. Is March a good time to put more capital as more stocks are at the low pricing range? So this is the time I need to show you a very, very important table. And let me just bring out this table and put in front of you. It's called a FOMC table, right here. Okay. So we call it the FOMC calendar. You can just search for FOMC calendar. You come to this place, all right? So right now, the market is being dictated by the whims and fancies of the Federal Reserve. So you can see this month, 22nd, we always look at the second date, not the first date. They always show 2 dates, but we always look at the second date because it's only on the second date they announce the interest rate hikes, right? So this is the sensitive date. We have to pass through March. We also need to pass through May because we are all waiting for the terminal rate of 5% to be realized. Right now, we are not hitting 5% yet. Right now, we are 4.75. I think 4.75, all right? I would go and check back my notes. So once we hit these two, we are into the safe zone. That's where we can deploy very, very heavily. Right now, we are just in the sleeping zone, waiting for this to pass through. Now, I also I got a notes just on the interest rate. Let me just show you, which is found right here. Okay. Here we go. Oops. This is the notes. So we hit like 4.25 and this one not updated, I think, plus another 0.5. Let me just double check. Hang on a second. Let me just double check. The latest interest rate hike will be here. Okay, we just increased another, now we are 4.5. Okay, correction, we are 4.5 right now. Put it here again. So this is another page you can search for called FOMC Target Federal Funds Rate, all right? Put over here. So we've gone through the interest rate hike at the bottom here starting from March last year, right? I hope you can see my table and I want to make it a bit bigger. Okay, we've gone through this journey. Starting from March last year, we start with the first hike of 25 basis point and then 50 basis point. And after that, they went totally crazy. 75 basis point for 4 consecutive rate hikes, just to bring the interest rate to 3.75. Then we took a breather in December. They decreased it to 50 basis hike. We hit 4.25. February this year, they dropped from 50 basis to 25 basis. That's why right now we have 4.5 basis. All right? So if you think about 4.5 basis, it means that like this. 4.5. I believe in March will be another 25 basis, 0.25. Then in May, another 25 basis, 0.25. Right? How did I get my 0.25? Because of this. This is the latest one from February, 25 basis, all right? So once they do that, we'll finally hit 5.0, which is the terminal rate that the Wall Street is waiting for. This is the one driving the whole market right now. Okay? And you will have two perspectives. Either you can be very, very fearful, then don't do anything until May. Or you can be very, very greedy. You can start deploying right now because we are very close to a terminal rate. Or you can take a hybrid approach. The hybrid approach I strongly recommend to all of you is trade on the trade through the night event. Trade on the trade through the night event means the last trade through the night that we did is in February. So February plus 3 months, that will be the next event will be in May. That is the day when the hot data from Q1 will be published, and we'll trade exactly on that day. That will be on May this year, trade through the night, all right? So this is the thinking behind it about the Fed fund rate, and which is related to your question, and then I come back to here, all right? So Fed terminal rate, everybody is expecting 5% right here, all right? So this part I'm going to move a little bit fast. Typically I spend more time on the cozy live trading to teach you guys about this. So let me just skip this part. This is the one that you want to take a picture, where we already mark out on a calendar. This month will be 22nd, which is the critical date we are monitoring right now. And then May will be the 3rd. Okay? So, to recap, if you are already confident, very, very confident, then this is the month I already start coming back to market trade very actively, right? So I think the terminal rate will hit 5% with another 25 basis rate hike in March, followed by May. Now, if you say you're afraid, then no problem. Wait for 22nd to pass through first. Most likely, it will be 25 basis point, and we'll hit 4.75. Then the whole month of April, you can start to trade also, right? But if you are super, super fearful, then wait for 3rd of May, when we officially hit terminal rate 5%. And that point in time, Wall Street will start to move already. In fact, Wall Street already started to move. So it's how fast you want to move in alignment with them, in front of them, behind them, you front run them, or behind them, or together run with them. That will be a decision we'll make on the 15th of May. Let me just double check. Is it 15th of May? No, on the 16th of May. Because 16th of May will be the trade through the night event, where the fresh data from Q1 will be released. So you see how we plan our schedule for the entire year. This year is an anomaly year, right? By the way, in my last 20 years, we never ever trade based on FOMC. This is the first time we have to trade based on FOMC because the focus right now is on inflation. To tame the inflation, you have to raise the interest rate, all right? So that's why we have to put this out in our calendar. And after May 16, 1, 2, 3, August will be the next trade through the night. That will be on the 15th. All right, so let me just mark it out here on the 15th. And that will be the next trade through the night, plus another 3, that will be November. November will be on the 15th. On the 15th. And that's it. So you can see how we plan the entire schedule. And if you come to my Cozy Live Trading next week, I'll tell you about the 3 wars that is going to take place next year, January, with the Taiwan presidential election, in March, Bitcoin halving, and then November, US presidential election. The war will take place any time within that window. I don't think the war will take place this year, even though, you know, the US Navy has arrived in Philippines. They start to load up their things already. Not full scale yet, but I think end of the year it will be full scale, and I'll be visiting the island, I'll be visiting Luzon in the month of April. And I can give you guys feedback. So it's going to be quite a sensitive trip, all right? Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Is that okay with all of you? Can you all still breathe, say hello to me? Some of you very new in the market, when you hear such an information, you realize that, oh my gosh, teacher, I'm so out of touch. Don't worry, because, you know, this is like accumulated 20 years experience, and you are learning from me the first time. The majority of our students really learn from me every 2 weeks, all right? So you cannot rush that learning curve. So just realize that, okay, there's many things for you to find out, no problem. Take your time, don't feel panic, because over time, your knowledge should be up to speed, all right? Okay, so I answered Agnes' question already. Okay, good. Next, let me just refresh. All of you are expected to post at least one question, so I make sure you're done, right? Chun, after we done at Fiat, if we feel uncomfortable to trade for all the company, shall we continue to analyze company net? worth million. I don't understand your question. I mean, if the net stock purchase, if it's billions, you don't want to look at it. You don't want to look at it. Why would you want to look at those worth million? I don't understand the logic. All right, you can go down in descending order. You see, this is for some of you, this is the first time you are trading this way. You feel that maybe I want to look at smaller net stock purchase. Now you can look at many other things, not just the net stock purchase, but what most people get really distracted with is, what is your method? Tonight, for day 2, typically I walk through with you to reconcile some conflict in your mind. What's the conflict that will go through in your mind? You will think like, maybe I should try this, maybe I should try that, maybe I should try this, I should try that. Yep. You can keep trying, and end up, I can tell you what will happen. You get very, very confused. How many of you are confused already? Wave your hands. Okay? Because what you really need to resolve at the end of these 2 days is a very clear mind. Yes, this is the approach I want to take on. I want to pursue this approach of following hot money. If you say there's a better approach, then you go and try another approach. But I can tell you, nothing beats the money that moves into the market. Nothing else can beat that already. Because if the money don't come in, the price cannot move. Please understand this very simple logic. Nothing else. Hot money must always come in to move the market. All right. So unless there's some miraculous thing that happened, the company invented something big like ChatGPT, but you can see all the stock prices start to move because investment will be poured into ChatGPT. Microsoft is, betting on it. Google is betting on it. Everybody seems to be interested in that space right now. Okay, so go through the process and find your path. That's what I will encourage you, Chen Chun, to do it. Okay. Scroll down. No more questions. So few questions. Are you sure all of you asked me questions or your post at different place? Okay, go down. Okay. Please confirm. All of you are okay. No other questions to ask me. Please confirm. Or are some of you still typing out? Okay, yeah? Okay, good. So with that, let's come back to here. Now my turn to ask you. Since you think you have finished asking me, I will ask you right now. Here we go. 6 questions that every trader must ask, starting from this one. How to make 5 to 100% profit in one day without looking at your notes? You must be able to answer me on the instant, on the fly. So I'm going to give you a chance. Here we go. This is called Spiking Wisdom Hex 1. And I'll type it here. Spiking Wisdom Hex 1. Tweet. My question goes this way. How to make 5 to 100% profit in one day, but why this benchmark? Please put your answer into the tweet right now. Why this benchmark?
I wanna hear you say that you really want me. That you really want me. Some kind of magic. You came into my life, and with that belly, you give me falling twice. Yeah, you're an angel, and always on my mind. I wanna love you like I do on my own. Yeah, this is what it's about when it's just you and I, and the stars in the sky, and the heart of mine.
Looks like all of your answers is different from what I taught you yesterday.
I can live on my life tonight. I wouldn't die. There's nothing I want more. I wanna stay by your side. Never gonna
10 more seconds. For those of you who never even key in, something is wrong here. You got to play your part.
Don't need to tell you, you see it in my eyes. I wanna travel, let's drive into the sunrise. Where your heart is where I wanna lie.
Okay, time's up. Here we go. Looks like we just passed through one day and you guys are giving me back the knowledge. Very good. I'm very, very proud. We have Ruby. Since the amount of work is the same, you might as well aim high. Congratulations, Ruby. You got it right. John Lim, I don't know where you come from. I don't know why you put top 100. Tony, I also don't know where you come from. Beat the bag. What was taught yesterday? Not about interest rate. Not about average return. No, it's not about all this. Because it is the same amount of effort. Mark also got it right. Thank you for paying attention in my class. And why not higher? Because every day, there are such companies out there. Every day. All right, very good. It's not about net positive purchase, not about daily bread. Because Teng Lam, Lam Lo, I'm not too sure which one is the surname. Let me double check. Oh, Teng Lam. Sorry, Teng Lam. You got it right. It's the same effort. Yes. Good. Johnson, because the amount of work you do is the same. Correct. It is the same. Not about war and fiat. Because the amount of work is the same. Yes. Thank you very much. At least a few of you got it right. And that's the reason why when I ask you this question, the first thing that you must learn to go on the software is where. Think about it. Where should you go on the software to answer this question? 5 to 100% profit return in one day. Where? Where do you go in the software to answer this question? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Click on the Spiking logo inside the software. Ding! Ding, ding. And the answer is all right there. Today we have one candidate, 174.5% movement up. Every day there are such candidates out there. Our job is to create a method so that we can keep playing these kind of companies. Just I show you how I exited from Palo Alto Networks, PANW, and that's using daily bread. Every day we just try to perfect the holy grail, all right? Because this is very dynamic market. But how many of you, like my old students, you already have made money 5 to 100% return in one day? Wave your hands. Those of you have done that together with me, wave your hands. Yes, some of you are our old students, existing students. We have done it already. So we are perfecting this skill every day. We are sharpening our skills every day. Now, if you look at this guy, Rita, right? 174% in one day. We go back to here, RETA. This is how it looks like on the chart. Go in to buy at $40. Dong. And then get out to sell at $90. That is the meaning of how much? 200%. Every day there are such opportunities. So my challenge for all of you, wisdom hacks 1. Number 1, how to make 5 to 100% profit return in just one day. This is the challenge I gave all of you, day 1 of the class. It is already there, and the answer is, it's the same amount of effort. So everything that we try to do is to work towards this goal. And of course, you're saying, you know, right now this goal, is it possible? Yes, we are perfecting our craft, perfecting the tools that we built. we keep perfecting it. We come a long way, you know, for example, John was like my 15 years ago student. Where's John? Wave your hand, John. John learned from me 15 years ago. And you ask him how much you had transformed over the years, right? And back then it was really like spreadsheet and all that. Right now we keep improving. That's the reason why we do this, okay? So very good. First question we tackle already. Second question. Who are making profits consistently? Who? Now when you think about this question, where do you go? Right? So make sure you are really Spiking Wisdom Hacks 2. Ding! Where do you go to look for those who consistently make money in the marketplace? Please attempt this question now.
Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever. I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do the slow-mo. So tonight we just let go. To the beat in the streets, every out singing like. Singing like. Party like. Freaking out. To the beat, you'll freak out. Singing like. Singing like. Party like. Freaking out. To the beat, you'll freak out. Singing like. Where's the fun?
Okay, what is the answer for Spiking Wisdom Hacks 2? Finally, dun, 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 dun. All of you start to align already. Top 100, very good. So we always start from our top 100. This is the place to go to, and we always go to top 100. Not the news yet. Now we are talking about individual traders. We go to top 100, all right? So top 100, top 100, top 100. So let's take a look again. From this page, how do we navigate to top 100? Always start off from hamburger menu on the top left. Ding, ding. Click on it. And then look for investors right here. Okay, click on it. Top 100. We always start from here. Now, yesterday I didn't really click on each one of the tab right there. You can click on universe right now. And you see how crazy those who are running $1 trillion funds. These names you must remember by heart. Right here. These are more than $1 trillion fund. BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, you can just like recite, all right? And FMR, if I go down some more, it drop out already, become 983 billion. Now, why this fund so big? In fact, they are much, much bigger than Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett is not even 1 trillion yet. These funds are big because global investors give them money to invest. These are very, very big funds. So that's why they can move big money to move the stock price. This is the reason why we need to study the universe of funds. Now, if we click on Sovereign Wealth Fund right now, click on it, then you can see the value drop already. Number one is 429 billion, and number two is Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, 33.6 billion, followed by Korea, 32. But I can tell you, what we need to do is to add these two guys from Singapore. Temasek and GIC, right now we're spending about 34 billion. So we are usually in the second spot, below the Norges Bank, right? But this is the declared investment by Temasek and GIC in US stock market. It does not include their investments outside United States. Actually, the Temasek real value is much, much, much higher than that, right? So, this is what they are willing to declare so far, okay? Then, of course, we have the smaller funds like Her Majesty, And then you have Kuwait, you have China Investment Corp. These are usually, they declare a much smaller fund. They are hiding their money somewhere else, all right? So you have Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and so on. And then you go on down. Then you have a Malaysia Khazanah Fund, 23 million. Used to be by the billions. Then the one MDB issue came up, all the money gone, all right? Let's go. Pension funds, take a look. These are the names you need to know. Usually they have the word pension in their name, like National Pension, APG Pension, Canada Pension, State Pension, and all that. Retirement funds, same likewise, the word retirement in the name. California Public Employees Retirement System, New York Retirement Fund, California Retirement System, and so on, all right? Next, C-suite is the CEO, CFO, and we try to show you all the latest transactions by them. Look under this column right here, right? So take some time to go play with it. It's really, really fascinating information that we have. Followed by CNBC. So CNBC, these are the top names that always talk about stocks on live TV. This guy got kicked out already because I think one of the live session he was not truthful in what he's saying. So CNBC decided to kick him out and put him in other channels, all right? So he's out. Then you have Jim Lebenthal, Joseph, Joshua is the one very articulate. These two twins are kicked out already, Nigerian, John Nigerian and Pete Nigerian, Sarat, Stephanie Ling, Stephen Weiss, and so on, right? Finally, the last one is politicians. And again, politicians are really, really crazy. Okay, I think there's a bug right here. I don't know why there's a 2106. I'll tell my engineers, let me just take a picture. Hang on a minute. Oh, Lord, a minute. Okay. So politicians, the rules of the market, you know, US politicians can buy stocks without getting caught by insider trading. So the US politics is very, very strange. So just go and check it out. Let me just sign out this 2106. Hold on a second. Okay, good. So we finished the second question, and that's the who. Now we're going to go to the third question. And what caused a stock price to spike? What caused a stock price to spike? Let's go to Twitter, Spiking Wisdom Hacks 3. Here we go. So please put your answer to the tweet. I hope you guys got it right. Here we go. So, you know, our top student, Eltin, has got it all right. So, Eltin is very, very attentive in class. Thank you very much. There's cozy, war, and fiat. All right. What caused the stock price to spike? There are three elements. First, the selection of the correct instrument, which is stocks, options, cryptos. Second is the selection of war. There must be a catalyst. And third, you apply the fiat method to find those that spike, all right? So not just war, it's always three things that we consider. So most of you just put down war, but it is three things. That is cozy, war, and the fiat. Very good. Press on. Number 4, where to find the spikes? where to find the spikes. So let's go to Spiking Hex 4 right now. Tweet on it. Ding, and here we go. So go for it.
Now I haven't been sure with this. It's supposed to be a bliss, being alone, being free in every way. Didn't know what I like the feel of it, putting out what you have lit. But let me tell you, these things don't hurt a bit. 'Cause you see, I was all wrapped up in everything. But now that I'm out, I got wind under my wings. So tell me that you need me, I wouldn't bother. If you're with another man, I don't even care. Tell me that you saw me, my cold shoulder.
Okay, most of you are going to probably put the same thing down called daily bread, which is correct, but the full range of the spikes I want to show you is found right here, right? So go back to the hamburger menu. Here we go. Click on it and you scroll down, and here we go, right here. This is the full range. Click on daily bread. Oops, I think we're already there. Don't forget, we are not just trading on daily bread. We are also trading on resurrection, triangulation, good. All right. So if you think every day just go and play daily bread, you're missing out. That's the reason why usually in our trade through the night, I'll expose all these three, right? Then for our cozy live trading, usually I do daily bread and resurrection. Now, typically, we also update during our cozy live trading on the greatest of all time. Means every year we come out with a theme for the market, THEME. What is the theme for each year? So, we kind of came out a theme last year, this theme called DEC. We were working towards December, and that's where we focus on defense, energy, and commodities since the outbreak of the war. So we've been hammering on defense, energy, and commodities. Then the year before that, 2021, we were focusing on electric vehicles. 2020, we were focusing on vaccination, which pharma will be the one releasing the vaccination from Pfizer, Moderna, BioNTech, AstraZeneca, and so on. So every year there's a theme. Now, how many of you like to know the theme for 2023? Right? So typically this is what I'll share in the cozy live trading because I cannot just like share in 10 minutes. I have to walk through many of the research, connect the dots, and then we formalize it. So this time round, I'm getting ready for the next cozy live trading event. This will be happening next Thursday, but the big brief I'm going to give is on 23rd. So can you all please write these two dates down, on the 9th and on the 23rd. On the 9th and on the 23rd. So let me show you the dates first, on the 9th and on the 23rd. So let me show you here. I put it as a square on the 9th and on the 23rd. All right, let me put two arrows there. Right now I'm preparing to present the theme, THEME, for 2023, the day after the Fed announced the interest rate hike on the 22nd. It's very nerve-wracking one. I believe we'll hit 4.75. The thesis should be right, 4.75. Then May, another 25 basis, will hit 5 terminal rate. So I'm ready to release the team on 23rd. Right? So this is where, you know, there's a lot of thinking that goes on behind. That's why I don't want to rush this until certain things happen in the marketplace, right? So the team will be released on the 23rd of March. Okay, I hope you guys write down these 2 dates. Make sure you're ready to come for the cozy live trading, all right? Okay, so we're done on that, and we come back to here. So just now, I was sharing with you, these whole scenarios here are very important. And another one that's very powerful is called a buyback, all right? So let's take a look at Salesforce today. The company has spiked up, CRM, ticker symbol CRM, boom. And you click on the 5-day, followed by 5-minute. And this is the big spike of Salesforce, all right? So watch over here. And then it went all the way up there. How many percent? 15% in 1 day. Okay? Now this spike up is very, very significant because they announced a buyback. They made a buyback announcement. All right, so let me show you that. Salesforce buyback. I prefer my CNBC. Hold on a minute. Here we go. So see the power of a buyback announcement. Salesforce shares jump 16% on better than expected forecast. And then you see this part here. The company is expanding its share buyback program after introducing it last year, right? And when you read these 2 lines here, some of you are going to get very upset if you are working for MMCs. Like I got a friend last week, she was retrenched, and she said she's not expecting it. Because everybody, in a way, is taking advantage of what's happening in the market to introduce job cuts. In a way, it's like an excuse, all right? So you see how these two information contradicts each other. Salesforce announced layoff during the quarter as activists push it to become more profitable. So that means they are laying off people for the sake of laying off. And if you got the money to do a stock buyback, how the hell do you need to do a layoff? How many of you understand what I'm talking about? Wave your hands. Yes? That means there's no need to lay off at all. They have the cash to do stock buyback, but at the same time, they lay off their people. So Wall Street is very, very cruel. And that's the reason why maybe they are very good as a public company. But on the ground, ordinary lives do get affected, right? So you need to understand this game that we are playing. And I'm putting on 2 caps right now, teaching you from the heart of a teacher. One cap is, there will be many layoffs this year. The layoff already started last year. And that's the reason why it's just like deja vu for me in 2020. When the pandemic crashed, back then, there were many layoffs also. And those who got hit with the lockdown and they got laid off, what were they doing back then? They were investing in the market. Those were the 2 years that, the students quickly come on board and say, I got to build another skill set. I got to know how do I generate income. Right now, I lost a job. I need time to find a new job. They came to the market and invest. And 2020, I can tell you that year was like the golden moment for those students who joined me, because I'm going to show you something that kind of make you very, very upset. That was the year I rallied the student to do just one thing. Here we go. 2020 to 2021. Right. Okay, ready? Here we go. That was the year I told everybody to start buying Bitcoin. 12th of May is right here. $8,000 per coin. And then there were layoffs in the market. Everybody locked down in their country, cannot go out, don't even dare to step out of the house because there's so many germs, so much germs out there. And we just do nothing but play Bitcoin. And we play all the way like this. That year saved many of our students from the stress of retrenchment, from the stress of finding new jobs. They just focused on the market, caught the wave. All right? So I want you all to think about investing. It's not a hobby. It's life and death. It is your solution. It is a skill set that takes time to build. You cannot rush it. But once you get in, you realize the opportunity it presents. And then when I post the first Spiking Wisdom question to you, how to make 5 to 100% profit return in one day, it will become real to you. You start chasing this, right? So this is not just another 2 days class. This is the start of your investing journey that I hope you take it seriously. And I took the first step. You know, we lost students yesterday just because I tell them to turn on the camera. Can you believe it, as absurd as that? And I'm glad I did it because I don't like to waste time with people who are not serious. They waste a lot of my time. So good. They make all the complaints to my angels. They say, this teacher is crazy and all that. I say, I don't care. But of course, the back end, my angels have to handle all the nonsense from all these people. But it's good. We want a positive culture in our community. People who seriously want to learn and find a means to ride through the storm. By the time I present to you the theme for 2023, you will see a different world. Totally different world. Because I'm preparing for all the way to presidential election 2024 November. I think there's something going on right now. Elon Musk, just give you a clue to what I'm going to present. Elon Musk, when he bought Twitter, he had exposed that the media has rallied together to make sure Joe Biden win in the election. That's major, man. Let me tell you, that's major. All right. But right now with Twitter, right now, clean up. The next election is a clean election. That means the bullishness of the market will be restored. It's not going to be a manipulated market. I urge you to go and read the tweets of Elon Musk and see all the nonsense going on in the US politics. That's why he needs to buy Twitter. Right? He generally wants to do good for the world. He's the richest man today. And really, he has no political aspiration other than making sure, you know, what needs to be said, got to be said, and no one is trying to bluff the public. So that is the glimpse of hope that democracy will be restored. And once that's restored, the market will be restored with the trust that we need to see. Once the trust is there, everybody rallied for a common goal. Let me show you what I mean by rallied, because you have not invested long time enough, and I just demonstrate to you, and you make a decision, an important decision today. Here we go. This is the US stock market. All I simply do is I go to look for Dow Jones Index, ticker symbol DJI, and then I click on maximum. And once I click on maximum, this is really the maximum, starting all the way back in 1991 until today. You look at this curve and tell me why you should lose money in the market. But of course, this is not a straight line curve, right? Some of you live in the world that, everything is linear one. Confirm no disappointment in life, no rejection, no failure. But life is not like that. Life will be ups and downs one. But overall, we stick to the path. It is still 45 degrees going up. This is the market you're playing. Proven product 200 years, all right? Now, I've shown you like this. Then, we got to look out a few anomalies in the market, starting from here. 2000 was the dot-com crash. Took how many years to restore the confidence? 7 years. Look at my red box there. That means to say, my red box on the top left-hand corner of my red box, I go to the high of the year 2000. And I ask myself, from that point, the market goes down. Then when did it go up to break above the box? That is a 7-year range that you just see in front of you. Year 2000 to 2007. 7 years to break even, all right? Now I'm going to draw the next box. The high of the 2000 of what we call the mortgage crisis, subprime, or the financial crisis, right? Boom. Took how many years to break even? It's about 5 years, right? So 13 is around here. So that's about 13 minus 7, 3, 4, 5. About 5 years to break even, okay? Then I fast forward to the pandemic crash right here. Took how many years to break even? 10 months. So literally we start from here. This is like 7 years. And then this is like 5 years. And then this is like 10 months. Okay? The market has behaved this way. All the whatever crisis out there. Okay? That means the time it takes to recover has been shortened. Because the politicians will know how to come out with a story to pump more money into the market because it's in everybody's interest. Then from this long scale, which first of all you must accept it as this is the instrument that over time will grow up. Please confirm you understand this first. Confirm. Because if you cannot accept this, then go and look for any other instrument that can beat this instrument. Okay? Once you accept this, then we zoom in to see what are we going through right now. Okay? 2020 or the start of 2021 is the start of Joe Biden. So let me just pan out like that. 2024. So November for okay, so it starts like that. His presidency starts from January 2021 all the way to the end of 2024. Because starting from January 2025, the new president will be inaugurated and present the State of the Union address. Election will be held in November 2024. And then there's a 1 month of transition handover of power to the new president. January 2025 delivers the State of the Union address. It's the start of the new president. Now this Joe Biden, I box it up in this rectangular box, this irritating guy. Right, you go like that, ding, 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 ding. This is the box that we are going through right now. It is called, first time in the 40 years, the inflation box. Most of us have never faced inflation before. Even when we face it, you are a child, you do not know what's going on. That's why last year was so painful. We're going through this right now, the inflation era, right? But it's still kept within the box. It's not like ding ding, the whole thing collapsed. No, you don't see that. It's just the pain of last year, and I show you where it's last year, the start of 2022 to the end of 2022, like that, 45 degrees down. And what happened right now? Start to move up. And of course, with 1.7 trillion to spend by the end of his tenure, which is November 2024, he'll push the guy up somewhere. Okay, so this is the thesis we are working on, which I'll present on the 23rd of March, one day after the FOMC announcement of interest rate hike. Then that's called the theme of 2023. Oops. 2023 theme. That's what I hope to present on the 23rd of March. And everybody will be very clear. So I've given you all the kind of a macro picture, history of stock market, downsize it right now to the past 2 years since Joe Biden took office, and then we look forward until November 2024. How many of you are okay with that? Raise your hands. All right? So you have a clear understanding, but all this started from who? The two concepts of layoff and the second concept of a buyback. It's an irony. All right? You have the money to do stock buyback, but you don't have the money to save your people. So that's the irony of the market. But it's the reality of the market. That's why I'm very passionate about teaching this subject. And I'm very serious because I know this could be your turnaround. Okay, we've gone through Spiking Wisdom number 4, and the last one I'm going to go through before we take a break, and that's Spiking Wisdom number 5. Okay? When? So this when, we'll come back after the break to review what we traded yesterday. There will be many, many examples. We're going to trade some more today. Make sure you're so confident in deploying the trades. But the question I want to know, the when, the real when is actually when. When is the real when? When to enter, when to exit, when is the real when? All right? So this is a very tricky question. I'm going to come back to here, give you a chance to answer it yourself. Here we go. Spiking Wisdom number 5. Dong! Please attempt to answer this question.
Now I haven't been sure with this. It's supposed to be a bliss, being alone, being free in every way. Didn't know what I like the feel of it, putting out what you had lit. But let me tell you, these things don't hurt a bit, 'cause you see, I was all wrapped up in everything. But now that I'm out, I got wind under my wings. So tell me that you need me, I would bother. If you're with another man, I don't even care.
Now one by one, all of you start to put the 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. Are you sure you're going to stay until 5 a.m. in the morning Singapore time? Right? If you're going to impose this last 3 seconds in and first 3 seconds out is very easy, but the last 3 seconds in, most of you cannot practice this. All right, it's going to be very, very tough on you if you are Asia time zone like me, plus 8 hours. Some of you leaving the US will be perfect. And I can tell you, when I was in Dubai, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, in Dubai, the market closes at 12 midnight Dubai, perfect time to trade. So I was also thinking plans like, getting the golden visa. My friend helped me to apply for it, and let's see what happens to the outcome. I might move there just to trade US stock market, all right? So really depends on where you live. The real when, right now, after I look at all of your answers, you put it down as, 3 seconds, but practically, are you able to do it? I'm more concerned, are you able to deploy this or not, all right? If you are in the correct time zone, of course, no problem. But for most of us in Asia, we can't deploy at this time, all right? Unless you're super committed, you're willing to do that. So the real when, going back to the original question, is here. You know when to enter, and I told you that, like yesterday when we placed the buy order, it didn't execute on the spot. I think about 1-2 hours later, the guy goes down, got executed, right? And then after executed, the guy goes up, and for those of you who stay up late, before the bell closes, you could have exited and took profit. How many of you know I'm talking about? Wave your hands. You could have exited, took profit yesterday, right? So that's the beauty of trading. Now then, when is the real when to exit? If you caught my answers just now, the exit, so let's talk about entry first. The entry doesn't matter. As long as you get in one day before, which time right now doesn't matter anymore, because we have the full data sets of the insider trading transaction, all right? So in the past, we do not have. So I have to go in last 3 seconds. Now you do not have this struggle anymore. The data sets is already there. You can get in like after the opening bell yesterday, or get in at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Eastern Time, or 12 p.m. Eastern Time, doesn't matter, because the net purchase already been established. So entry is not a problem. Now let's talk about the exit. The exit is the secret to get even higher profits is when you are in a pure profit position, which you will know. Quickly go and place a trail limit order. All right, so trail limit order is an advanced order. Takes time to master this skill, and typically in our cozy live trading, this is always like the favorite question that students love to ask me, trail limit order. Okay, so I got a trail limit order on PANW, but I just wanted to exit to show you the flow of how to exit with a profit. So coming back to here, today you have the tools and the data to support whatever time zone that you are living in. Doesn't matter you're in Asia, in Europe, in the Middle East, it doesn't matter anymore. You can trade globally based on the strategies that we taught you, all right? So we finished the 5 questions. The last question we'll address after we come back from the break. But right now, I will address the final topic. And this is quite a number of you start writing into our angels and say, teacher has been talking about the live trading. What is this live trading all about? How can we get involved? So let me show you right here. So you can take a picture of this too. So the live trading, cozy live trading, is the one that you scan on the left, the red color, all right? Now the red color typically we reserve for our students. Now, you can already see our pricing on the website. Ours is a software as a service. You can go to spiking.com/pricing. So we have professional fund managers, money managers who already know about our work. They go straight to our website and buy the software. But for you guys who are my students, that I spend time teaching 2 days, teaching you how to trade according to our methodology, then we got something special for you today, all right? So please go to spiking.com/cozy. Spiking.com/cozy, and let me take you to the page right now. You will arrive at spiking.com/cozy. You will arrive at this page, all right? So this is where many of the students, always request the teacher, can you update us on a regular basis? So I've already locked down my time 2 times per month. I will meet up with all of our students in this event called a Cozy Live Trading event. Now, this event is a 5 hours event. It's a very serious event. For those of you who participated in the past, you know, we start from 7 p.m. Singapore time and we'll end at 12 midnight. Takes about 5 hours to update you the following things. Number one, what happened in the past 2 weeks? Number two, what's going to happen in the future 2 weeks? Number three, we connect the dots over 1 month. That means past 2 weeks, future 2 weeks, you add up, is 4 weeks in total. That's 1 month. So can you imagine you come to a class called a Cozy Live Trading, you already updated what happens in that 1 month window, right? So this is very, very powerful. And I'm doing it over 24 sessions, holy moly. Because 1 month, I do it twice. Over 1 year, 12 times 2, 24 sessions of Cozy Live Trading. Now, this is where I come in to support the students who completed the 2 days training by me. So this is a unique offering, not offered to the public who just buy the software from us, but only for those I spend time teaching you, all right? Now, you will also get access to 12 months of our software data, unlimited access to our stocks trading premium data, all right? So the total value, if you add up the stocks trading, plus the Cozy Live Trading, plus you get access to our Wisdom Masterclass. Now, some of you, after these 2 days, you say, teacher, can I attend more and more of your master classes? No problem, all right? We put all this together today. We present to you a special offering, and that is only 2500. In fact, what you invested over the 2 days, which you invested about $99, we even offset that as a discount, all right? So you are just investing 2500 over 12 months. Now, if I take out my calculator, 2500 divided by 12 months, and each month that's 30 days, that's only how much per day? $6.90. If you stop drinking your Starbucks, you can come and become our subscriber. As simple as that, all right? This is an investment that fully supported by your teacher who's committed to make sure that you're updated on a regular basis. And let me just backtrack a little bit. What we do over the Cozy Live Trading, like yesterday, we only trade one stock, right? Averagely, during our Cozy Live Trading, we trade between 3 to 5 stocks per session. It's about 3 to 5 stocks. So you are definitely getting your money worth. And just to make sure that, you know, all of you are on track, stay focused, don't get distracted, pick up the skills, pick up the knowledge, because there's only a limit I can teach you over 2 days, all right? So, but if I can teach you over 24 sessions, now 24 sessions goes this way. This is our math, 24 sessions multiplied by 5 hours. Now, what's the answer that you get? 24 times 5 hours each. That's 120 hours. That is how I help the students to squeeze time and pick up as much knowledge as possible, spread over 120 hours of dedicated teaching. All right? So you get access to the software, access to the teaching, as well as to the live trading, everything done. And all you need to do is go to spiking.com/cozy, and you can subscribe to this bundle today, all right? Now, typically, you also have this pricing option. Now, you can either subscribe it as a one-time, that means straight off, one time, you know, they'll swipe your credit card for $2,005, or you can spread out over 9 months, all right, which is $300 per month spread out over 9 months. And that will kind of make sure you're free up on your cash flow. And this is a choice you can make. everything that I say right here stated in black and white. You can go and check through all these items here, full access to the stock software and so on, right? So just take a look at this, and for those of you who want to have our very special collection of the Spiking t-shirt, we got like 12 different colors. But right now, you can select this item here, just click on this button here, called this button here, tung, and we will send you our very special collection of the Spiking t-shirt, all right? So you can also select on this. So this is the part I want to address. Many of you been asking our angels, how can we get more support after the 2 days class? This is the best bundle that we can offer you tonight for our students who completed the training over the 2 days with me, all right? Now, for those of you who say, teacher, I want much more advanced training. Maybe you feel that you have little time to commit, but you want more hands-on, like one-to-one coaching, then I will encourage you, like how you've been asking our angels, go to spiking.com/coaching. Now you can scan on the green QR code, spiking.com/coaching. Now for the coaching is for those of you who want a more hands-on approach together with me. So let me explain to you how it works, all right? So here we go. You have unlocked not just the stocks data, you will unlock the options as well as the cryptos data, full access, 12 months. Now, then I've been sharing with you about the trade through the night. You get 4 sessions of the trade through the night together with me. Now, this is the one that, you know, is very fast and furious. That means on the night itself, we'll deploy 20 positions, 20. Not just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, it's 20. When the data is just published, straight away go in, right? So you saw just now, I traded on the PANW. That was traded on trade through the night. All right? Way ahead of the earnings, and we already deployed already. Then you also get this one-on-one coaching consultation with me. So quite a number of coaching students take advantage of this. You arrange with our angels, and then you schedule a date with me. Now in the coaching consultation, typically end up the students will ask me questions beyond investing. I don't know why. They'll ask me about how to help them in their career, in some of the family issues that they face, in business. Quite a wide scope, right? So I think for the work that I do, I'm an independent director of public companies in Singapore. I advise 2 public companies. I also advise the Philippines government. I'm getting into more advisory work in Hong Kong also. So I think I've seen quite a lot over the last 20 years in the corporate world. So I think definitely can I add value to you. But I can tell you in the coaching consultation, when the way I consult with you is not just tell you theories and all that. You are accountable. I'll give you specific tasks that you must complete on before you qualify for the next call with me. So every call, there will be steps for you to do before we arrange for the next subsequent call. So you can treat this like a one-on-one coaching over the 12 months period, all right? So on top of that, you also get access to the 24 sessions of the Cozy Live Trading, which I spoke about just now. So everything in, this is the one that for serious students who say, teacher, I commit 1 year, I want to get maximum out of everything I could possibly learn in 1 year, then I highly encourage you to sign up for this package called a coaching package, all right? Your investment is 5500. Now again, we want to make it really easy for you. You can spread over 9 times of payment. That's only like $599 per month, and you free up your cash flow. And once you do that, then you realize that, oh, this is really well planned, thought through. It's really to support the students, and you can take advantage of this Cozy program, okay? So I've gone through the sharing of this, and I'll open up the Twitter for you to ask me questions related to the two offering that we have for you today, all right? One more time. The Stocks Premium and the Super Premium. Stocks Premium, we call it Stocks AI. Super Premium, we call it Coaching. So if you have questions, let me start a new tweet right here. Do you have any questions on how we could support you in the next 12 months? Right? So let me tweet it out. If you have any questions, please ask within this tweet so that I can focus in answering your question. Right? So you have 1 minute. Here we go.
Guess you know what I'm thinking. This was just another fight. Be careful what you're drinking. Or you will end up like last night. Made it clear, don't you see? Made my move. I can't stay here and wait for you. Made it clear, don't you see? Made my move. I can't stay here, no, I can't stay. 'Cause one thing's certain, love is survive. When hell is strong, not everyone makes it out alive. 'Cause one real test to prove you're in it for real. You see, I don't blame you for the way that you feel. And I say,
You guys very funny, huh? Y'all have so many questions for my angels, and when I ask you guys to ask me, y'all don't have to ask me. You prefer to ask the angels or what? Hello?
like a child who wants to play. I feel it burning under my feet. I see the things coming my way. Made it clear, don't you see? Made my move. I can't stay here and wait for you. Made it clear, don't you see? Made my move. I can't stay here, no, I can't stay. 'Cause one will try and only love will survive. When hell is strong, not everyone makes it out alive. 'Cause one will test to prove you're in it for real.
Okay, there's no questions. I think there's only one from Agnes. No question on teaching about capital supply. Let me address this thing about capital supply. You know, the first year I started trading was in the year 2000. I was still in the university. And kind of interesting because back then I could only raise, of all the years I saved money, give tuition, and put together all the Chinese New Year red packets, I could pull together about US $10,000. And that was like hard earned, man. I almost like during the university days, I was giving tuition, and holidays, I'll be working like 3 jobs. So sometimes I look back, I kind of look back and say, wow, I really did a lot of things. And I was maxing out my time. In the university holidays, I would work for I want to know how rich people spend money. And I would work for nightclubs, the top nightclubs in Singapore. So I'll go there as a waiter, and I'll serve them drinks. And the way they tip me is like $50 notes, They sit down, they've got a bundle of $50 notes put in the glass. It's just, the money is just on the table, and how you serve them well, they just $50, $50, $50, right? So I observe how the rich people spend money. I say, okay, wow, what do they do? How come they got so much money to burn every night? Just on that. And that's where I save the money and say, I need a financial breakthrough. So what did I do? I read books like crazy. And one of the best books I still rank it like number 1 that changed my entire destiny is the book by Tony Robbins. But this book, most people never read the original writing. Let me show you right now what is the original writing of Tony Robbins. It is called right here. It's so old already. Look at the picture and you know it's like super, super old. Hold on. Let me just hold on a second. Let me put it out. Okay, right here. This is the book, Unlimited Power. And I read it like 6 times, not one time, like 6 times. This is a very old book already. Can you imagine this was like back in my time. So I read the book like 6 times. And finally, my very good friend, who's my mentor right now, Richard Tan from Success Resources, he invited Tony Robbins to Asia for the first time. And I quickly go and scramble money around and bought the cheapest ticket. And I was sitting in the last row of the stadium because that's the cheapest ticket. I could afford it back then. And I went through the program, and that changed everything. That was the program I was courageous enough to write down. I want to become a millionaire by the age of 30 years old. It was from the UPW, Unleash the Power Within. And during the 4 days, we were trained to walk across fire. It's like charcoal burning red hot fire. I walked not just 1 time, but 2 times, just to convince myself I was not possessed or anything like that. And after that, I went all out to change my own destiny. So I want you to know today, if Agnes asked a question about money supply. Actually, money is all around us. It's more of a question of, is your motivation big enough or not? I can tell you, if your motivation is big enough, money will always be there. It's not because I say because it's like that. It's I sum up many situations is because we have not feel the edge yet. You won't have the drive to go and find money. And once you find money, then things will start to change. So I want to encourage all of you, first of all, I don't know why not that many questions, but maybe got fresh question coming in. Capital supply, when I started trading 10,000, and then I was also doing businesses, and all the money I make from business, I put into the capital markets. I continue to invest, double down, triple down, and I accelerated using options trading. So I was able to grow like very, very fast. And those were the good years where so easy, you just boom, almost every position we go in just keeps spiking up. Now, this is the time you think about it and you say, okay, you have to find the motivation first. What is your motivation for making money? Then the next question for Mark is, how many one-on-one sessions in the 12 months? Now, in the 12 months, typically, at the end of the first session, I'll give you things to do already. So some of the students meet me once a month, some of them meet me like once every 2 months. Depends on the complexity of the challenge that you are facing. All right, so I cannot disclose to you how I coach other students because it's a PNC, private and confidential. Sometimes it is related to issues within the inside the family that's affecting your investing, or related to values. Maybe there's a conflict between you and your spouse that couldn't agree on financial goals. Now, those are real issues that must be solved quite fast and not take long. And there's a way to go about solving it. Some of the issues I face from the coaching students would be like, teacher, I need a career breakthrough. And I got so many reviews from students who are, building a career, and they say, from what I learned from you, teacher, I was always the first to get promoted in my company because we are really cutting edge in understanding the market and understanding the great companies out there. So in fact, most of you who are building a career, you start trading in the market, let me tell you, I guarantee you, you'll be promoted within 12 months. There's no reason you cannot be promoted because the knowledge you have will surpass all of your peer group. But how about those of you running businesses? Now, running business is like very exciting, but it's the toughest call of them all. So I've been a business, an entrepreneur like more than 20 years already, and ventured into different businesses, ups and downs. And so I can tell you, the best way to run a business is to model the public companies in the US. Now this is beyond just studying the 4-step method of the stock. This is really means you dive in, read their annual report, study the management team, look at their product launches, study how they present their products on stage. Everything, every detail. Then you have a chance in your business. So like in our Spiking business right now, we are at that crossroad, ready to scale up and take us to the next big level. I hope to announce to you all very, very soon on that. And what is the trade through the night timetable? Another question from Mark. So the timetable goes this way. I've given you all the dates just now, but the time goes something like this. 1 hour before the opening bell, so after the daylight savings 2 weeks from now, that will be 8:30 a.m. all the way to 8:30 p.m. Singapore time, all the way to 4 a.m. of the closing bell. Now this is for SG, all right, Singapore time. Now if you think in terms of Eastern time, then let me give you the Eastern time. Eastern time will be 1 hour before opening bell, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So this is the trade through the night. During this window, we'll deploy 20 different positions. And that's it. We go in and fire. And why is very, very important to be on that day? Because that's the day the data is completely in on the previous quarter insider transaction. You want to get in on day one, not day two, day one, all right? So we are doing this 4 times a year, and I hope that will help you as well. Okay, so any other last questions before we go for our break? Okay, I see that there's no other question, so here we go. Time check right now is 9:15. We're going to take a 30 minutes break. We'll be back here at 9:45. And during the break time, just recap again, you know, the 5 questions I asked. Can you like automatically go to the software, look for those answers, and have clarity on that? When we return, 9:45, we're going to review the trade that we played yesterday. And then I'll give you a quick run through on the options trading, as well as the cryptos trading data. And I'll see you at 9:45. Thank you very much. I shall see you at 9:45 sharp.
046, so it keeps climbing. The 2-year does too. It's at 4.918%, and then the 30-year, ever so close to 4%, 3.996 right now.
In New Jersey, the governor there unveiling a $53 billion budget this week. It includes a renewed property tax rebate.